the Bounty of Shadows in our inventory, and a car that is now at least slightly more attuned to the zone. I think it's time we really get started on our whispering adventure. Hello everyone, and welcome back to Pacific Drive, Whispers in the Woods. And actually, now that I have a closer look at these attuned parts, I can actually see some symbols in the waves over this metal. We were actually given some blueprints for how to construct attuned parts ourselves, and while they're not actually to the level of steel, I think we should have a look at what those actually represent. For example, they use actually nothing all that special. Or wait, no, I see. The components themselves have to be attuned. Alright, those things we can probably scavenge from just the areas we're going. And since last time was more of a crash course in getting back into the game, this time we're going to focus a lot more on doing rather than learning. So, let's plan our route for here. There is an attuned gateway there. And all of this is in Twilight. Let's just take the challenges as they come, right? After all, that's how we explore the zone. Oh, this may be a bad idea. But as long as we have those attuned parts, we should be at least somewhat safer. Full tank of gas, full charge. I think we're good to go. You know, while we're on this road trip, I'm gonna have to remember to use the photo mode some more, because with all this UI and being in the driver's seat all the time, what I found is that this is actually a pretty difficult game to get thumbnails for. But I guess it is fitting for a road trip that I'm mostly thinking about how I'm gonna get the best pictures. Right. There's an altar of bounty, where we can choose an attuned part.
You do all that is asked of you. You strive to earn that job, afford that house. You keep your friends and family close, and yet you are still not happy. Yet your heart yearns for more. Why? Because you are not free. From the moment you're born, you seek freedom. You tear yourself from your mother's breast to take your own life path, despite its dangers. You hunger for the power to take action without restraint, for the complete release from outside control. And yet, you're trapped more than ever, aren't you? You can feel it right now, can't you? That weight straining your back, those walls trapping you within this zone. Your mind captive to the burdens placed upon you by others. Your past ensnaring you with its wicked grip. Through no fault of your own, this is what's been placed upon you. These burdens ask and ask and ask for more, and they take and they take and they take. The past will never stop taking. You will never be free of it. Not alone.
Tell you what else I'm not free of, some weird quirk that's causing my car to lurch forward. And the radio to turn on. Yeah, no, this thing is actually in far more dire shape than I would have thought. Or maybe these attuned parts are haunted. Either way, there should be something up and on our right. Aside from the chemical anomalies, I don't think we're getting in there. So let's continue forward. But I think it's important for us to learn what we can scavenge from a place like this. So let's have a closer look. Now right now, all it's telling me is that we need to complete the rite. and that non-attuned parts are vulnerable. So going full attuned may actually be the way around here. Here we go. Here's something new. Enriched kindling. But this duct tape is just regular duct tape. I love the way the headlights just wash over this. Well, getting a bunch of this stuff now is probably the way to go. After all, it's something we've not scavenged anywhere else in the zone. Anything else, though, like, I'm more worried about limited inventory capacity, even back at base. Alright, so we've learned that there are new parts to find. Now I wonder, is this something that's grown naturally, or is it something that you've done to it? Wow, this radio is really determined to make this the creepiest experience possible. Okay, there should be a dirt road up ahead that I'm going to want to turn off onto. Provided the anomalies aren't too thick. There's these effigies all on the road. Looks like a giant shredded tire. Let's get away from you, chemical anomaly. It's gonna be up and on our right somewhere. An old farm. Nothing spooky ever happens at an old farmhouse. I will say, though, my performance is taking a bit of a hit around here. Wonder what's around. Something, that's for sure. Well, let's get over there. Public health notice. Tardigrade warning. Psychic disruption may affect work. Something's bouncing tires at us. Health, I don't need that. Although I do have to keep in mind that I have it. Could be useful. Wait. You're calling that a crafted item. I didn't craft this. What is that? And is it angry? Glow grabber. Dictaphone transcript origin unknown, March 20th, 1971. Okay, sure, I'm a scientist. A biochemist, even. So I totally get that strange stuff comes with the territory. Weird and gross stuff sometimes. I'm prepared for that. My thesis supervisor made sure to do all the dirtiest of the nasty work, if you know what I mean. So I've certainly been knee-deep in everything unpleasant you can imagine. And I was even prepared for the Olympic exclusion zone to be weird. I'd studied the redacted briefs. I'd read between the lines. But you know what I wasn't prepared for? I was not prepared for anything so sticky. And these guys are so sticky. Photoreactive, gelatinous, and sticky. I see. Hey! Worker anomaly. If found, please return home. I'll take that. That's my headlight. I wonder if you'll take a flare as a trade? So it's you guys again, huh? Wait, oh my... we're still fighting for it, huh? Okay, how does one get rid of you? You're just gonna take something else now. Okay, I am gonna have to kill you at some point. Like, at a certain point, that'll be necessary. Here. Let's rip this away. Come on. Give me that. Tell you what, here. There you go. controls are a little annoying. Anytime you have to hold something down, it becomes really annoying for me. That's an issue I've been having with Voices of the Void lately. This thing is kind of damaged, too. Like, everything is really damaged. And there's no fix for anything. Hey, there's bigger tourists now. Pilgrim. Origin unknown, date unknown. You see how they bless us? You see how they recognize us as their equals, as their peers, even as their friends. They offer us gifts, tools we can use to further our research. This is not mere acknowledgement, not even coexistence, not even symbiosis, but respect. Respect, my friends. The most sophisticated way that one intelligence can ever interact with another. Respect. The anomalies respect us. This is truly a remarkable, wondrous culmination of all our achievements, a vindication of everything we have struggled toward thus far. It is proof of our vision, proof of our faith, proof that the Harmonic Fellowship is the true way forward. Remember this day well, my treasured friends. The anomalies respect us, and they reject Arda. Follow the wave! Okay, can we stop doing this? Yeah, no, we cannot turn our back to you. They may respect the Fellowship, but not me. How about this? Didn't work. Ow. They don't damage for much, but they do damage. Okay, invokes anomalous effects when in your possession. When you're on foot, headlights get dimmer. When headlights are off, engine power gets stronger. Both of these are very interesting. And very desynchronous. I'm gonna take this one. You know, they're both cool. Okay, I thought we had dealt with this. Here. Oh no, you won't go that far. Come on. Away with us. Yep, come on. Nope, move. Oh my god, you can't hop that? There it is. There we go. We're out. We've already lost some energy. Just praying for rain now. But this thing is so riddled with quirks, it's unbelievable. You know what? Just take us out of here. Just about all of this stuff is gonna need to be replaced. A whole car. God. Yeah, no, that instability is gonna catch up with us really quickly. But according to this, there may be some parts down in the marshes. Definitely feeling a bit better about things, given the soundtrack choice, though. The debris in the air is back. Alright, look. It's pretty wet down there. I don't know if I want to go quite full send just yet. Oh, well, may not have a choice. Just want to creep down slowly. And hopefully be able to reach what's here. According to the map, there should be a little peninsula. Ow. Where is this peninsula? Oh, we're on it. I had forgotten how much off-roading sucks in this. we are. And everything as an offering. Look at you. This one seems to be trapped. Look at that. Rippling quartz, fortified braid, and attuned chemicals. Alright, all this stuff. We have nothing which isn't given. That's a steel bumper. And that's another body part. Okay, let's take that. It'll buy us some more time here, if nothing else. That's an anti-corrosive bumper. And that's a limb shield, so I don't really think I want to be messing with either of those. Tell you what, we'll take the anti-corrosive off for now. And put it with our other stuff. I don't know if it'll fit in the back. Oh no, it totally will. We're doing a parts juggle here. Put that on. And now we're a little more survivable. See, before it felt like everything was extraction. No, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's just sliding down. I don't know how I'm going to recover this. Back up. That out of the way. We need to climb. Actually, if we turn the headlights off, engine power increases, right? There we go, and we can see it. We can see it acting on the speedometer. Look at this. Let's get ourselves turned around. Okay, in this situation, though, it's less about engine power and more about control on this terrain, which is not easy. And here's the road. Wish this radio would stop turning itself on. We can leave now, but we could also see what's up at this gas station up ahead, and I think we definitely shouldn't skip out on the scavenging. We need these attuned parts. We need the parts to make the attuned parts. This car's a mess. Low-hanging fog all over, but at least it's not quite the same as the eerie darkness. We can still see. Now look at this. Let's turn this thing off, save ourselves some energy. This tire actually, it looks okay. Now what about this? We got some... Oh wow, that is extremely quite radioactive. And it seems like the parts we got are mostly pretty normal. Oh, well, we did get attuned glass shards. Okay, forget all of this. Ooh, it's a different type of gas station. Oh my god, yeah, no, these quirks... I have no idea how to diagnose some of this stuff, because it's just lurching forward randomly, even when I'm sitting completely still. I don't know if I'm even going to be able to diagnose this. Let's fill her up. I understand that they explain that the limb thing in the passenger seat is why our alternator doesn't charge the battery, but, like, come on, it should be giving us something. There we go. Might as well get some cosmetics I won't use. Meantime, yeah, it doesn't seem like we scavenge anything special from regular places. Hey, you guys are out there. Just plain old abductors over the water. And that looks kind of interesting, too. Ooh, a box truck. So much. We are going to be getting out of here soon. Because, look up there, we're about to hit whatever tier 1 is. So I think now would be the time to skedaddle. However, I would like to stick around long enough to see just what it's actually going to do. Hey. Something just spawned on the edge of the map, and it's coming this way. Alright, we may be in a bit of a race against time. What great timing on the soundtrack as well. Oh, I'm really curious about that. That is so ominous. What looks like a cluster of cultists just coming towards me. Okay, more tuned stuff. We should have time. The gate's just up ahead. There we go. I still have my bio lantern, right? Okay, yeah, I saw it down there. Slowly but surely. Maybe it has to fully consume the thing? I'm not sure. But either way, the route conditions have changed, and it seems like this is actually total, not just for that area. Let's go complete the rite, if at all possible.
How can we grasp that freedom we seek? You cannot obtain it, not with the way you are now. Society has kept the required tools from you. It's dangled them out of your reach to keep you striving, wanting, toiling for the gain of others. And yet, you recognize the feeling of freedom. You taste it every day. That fleeting promise you always hunger for. You can taste it now. Close your eyes and lay down your burdens. Breathe in, soaking the sensations of your earthly body. The ground pressing against your feet. The clothes weighing on your skin. Breathe out and release the strain collecting in your muscles, your bones. Good. Again. Breathe in. Fill the lungs with the promise of freedom. Breathe out. Push your burdens back onto the world and press them upon you. This is it. The freedom you seek. It's out there for your taking. If only you rid yourself of what weighs you down and open your mind to receive it. Alone, it is too much to bear. Together, it is simple, easy. I will show you the way. All you have to do is listen to become free.
Okay, so everything you're saying sounds good, but I must say, with stuff like this, it is all in the delivery, and your delivery is starting to sound just a mite villainous. Alright, well, the map says we can collect rippling quartz here, but it seems to be fairly uncommon, and I don't want to stay too long, because we're at 38%. We've still got things to do here. Also, I'm not a fan of not being able to light things while I'm around. Like, while I'm doing other stuff. Alright, we could break stuff down. That may actually be somewhat useful now. I'd forgotten, because, like, that was pretty much universally not worth it in the base game. Okay, we got more of this stuff. Taking all the electronics and rubber that I can. But I mainly care about the new materials, because that's what I'm going to be short on. The lighting in this is one of the big triumphs. I don't remember how to access those broken keypad things. There was a way. Oh, come on. This whole time I just feel like something is constantly coming towards me, like I'm on the run. And we pretty much know that we are. It's just, it's scary again because I don't know what from. And this time I can feel intention. 3 more of these. Okay, we've got it all, let's go. You're a new type of anomaly. Tourist trap. Dr. Everett, date unknown. It would seem that with the passage of time, many anomalies evolve through a kind of synthesis. The constant rearrangement happening within the zone produces new combinations of previous oddities. Some are one-offs, others endure. These gigantic, monstrous amalgams are amongst those that keep recurring. They appear to be formed in part from the spontaneous columns of rock that erupt out of the ground, in part from those test dummies that themselves seem to have been previously combined with a cache of missing claymores. What strikes me most is their remarkable coherence. Clumsy as they are, it's almost as if they serve a very deliberate function, as if they were designed, perhaps for some defensive purpose, some deterrence. And this ongoing synthesis has me wonder if the zone is in not only a constant state of flux, but perhaps a state of evolution? It's been decades, and I love how this game, through its notes, kind of shows that it's a very different place than it was even when we began adapting to this new mystery. Okay, let's go on. I don't think we really need the increased engine power right now. I'd rather be able to see, even if it does kill the mood just a bit. Yep. Through the chemical anomaly, well, that'd be easier if I still had that bumper. Right now, I really don't want this tuned stuff breaking, because I can't just make myself a whole set of new parts as easily as the others. There may be something new ahead. At least we're getting a free charge from this rain. Look at all this. Oh my, there is a lot coming in now. No, you don't. Okay, maybe I should just leave. Maybe I should just leave. I have no way around. Let's go. Yeah, these are very, very deadly these days. Maybe I could grab a little bit more. There's something big moving along the road. One of these days, we're gonna have to investigate what these actually are. But first, I've got to try my luck. Come on. Oh, this light out, it can be hard to see what I need. Oh, what is this? Sap compressor? I don't remember how this works exactly. Okay, impact hammer. Yes, okay, getting this sap would be useful. I'm surprised we're finding it here, though. Maybe level 1, level 2 doesn't really apply as much around these parts. Here as well. There's some rads. Where are you? These rads are taking a toll. And we're about to hit 50%, which means things are probably about to get more exciting. Okay, where's the... I don't have the back on me, I don't think. Having this stuff is good for the soul. Just take what we can get. Just take all that we can get before the stuff breaks. I'm gonna need to make a whole new set of parts. I was clearly not as prepared as I would have liked. Nope, you are not something I extract from. You are bad. Okay, we got a couple of pieces. Oh, that's plants. I really thought there was some shadowy figure before me. I can't seem to get in there. What am I doing? I'm getting greedy is what I'm doing. Okay, more you. We're out. We are so out. I have gone too far from the car. Maybe I'm too scared, but then again, that's the point. You eventually become the master of the zone, and so if you want to get people back into it, what else do you do but make them afraid again? And the funny thing is, from the very beginning, it's offering us the chance to be like the master of our own destiny. Nope, come on. Come on, it says Altered Passage Attuned Gateway. How do I... Probably have to go straight to it, right? Okay, yeah, no, that makes much more sense. It's just like before. Not activated from here. Let's put ourselves into a position where we can easily move the car forward and turn it around. There's an artifact here to sacrifice. Shaded speed. Let's use this one. Hang on. There we go. Another bounty of shadows, and we've got to go. On the bright side, I got the limb shield working again. Oh no. Alright, tell me where we're headed. Avoid this thing. Make a right. And headlights off so we get that power. Leaving us shrouded in apocalyptic red haze. Sorry about this. Knocking over your incense seems insolent. But it definitely makes for some atmosphere. Oh! Yeah. You know what? No choice. Worth it. Keep on the road for as long as possible. And in we go. That gets the adrenaline going, even if it's only a short distance, I must indeed say.
Progress is admirable. Great power is in your future. You are ready for the next phase. We've left you something very special.
A new tool. Well, it's about time. The resonator and attuned capacitor. That goes onto the side. Transfer harmonic energy from a source object to a recipient object. Requires recharging when depleted.
The tool we've left you is given only to the most promising of initiates. With this, you can tap into the wave and control harmonic energy for your own purposes. Use it to ease your way forward. We look forward to your continued success.
I still don't fully understand what that means, but I guess we'll figure it out. Oh man, I have no inventory space left. Anywhere, really. Okay, put all that away. Inventory full still. Install the attuned capacitor. Can I place it On the side right here. Use the resonator to channel harmonic energy from the attuned capacitor onto the attuned parts. I'm not quite sure what's happening. If I were to take this off and put it on the ground, could I then do this? Come on. There we go. And that will slowly charge. That's effectively its health. But this only carries so much harmonic energy. I see. So it's like pumping fuel. Wow, what a comparison, huh? Okay, let's do it with the other piece then. Yeah, the problem I'm running into is just too much stuff. I have no inventory space for anything. Point where it's kind of getting ridiculous. It also tells me there's all kinds of problems with these tires, and then I go to look at them, and it does not say that. So, I don't know. This could definitely use some time, in the oven over there. I can now recharge the resonator right here at the Altar of Fellowship. Good stuff. But then, wait, can I also do the same for this? Because that would certainly be nice. It does not seem that I can, so how do I recharge the capacitor? Well, we may as well use up some of our parts then. Get ourselves an updated plasma scrapper. I think we have a thermal vac in there. We've got a whole bunch of other things. But yeah, the more equipped I am, the less equipped I feel. What else can we do? I really do feel like I'm just starting a journey fresh. Can I make an attuned hood, perhaps? Let's start charting a new path. Oh, now we have the audio tape. We can just stash this somewhere, but we are so fast running out of space to store, like, anything. Why is this so big? Only one place. Oh, never mind. Never mind, many place, and this route is much more twisty and curvy than one might expect. I can hardly tell what this land is, but there is like a shadowy corner. It still holds the same basic shape. Because even the normal map, we started in one corner, started with level 1, then 2, then finally 3. And this second map actually has this dark, shadowy corner, as if this is the most mysterious of the areas. It's almost as if everything we're going to here, that this chart allows us to access, is like a parallel dimension on top of the original world. I don't think that's actually what's being implied, but it sure feels that way. But it looks like we're looking for another tape. Utilize harmonic energy, so that thing's coming with us. You can see what we get at each of these routes. We're probably going to head to the left first, see what we can get. Because we need more parts so we can, well, get more attunement and stay around for longer. The sleeping sapling. Okay, so we're going to shove you right in the back. And you in here. And actually, what am I even talking about? Because before we leave, we need to have a look at some of these quirks. Alright? We need to diagnose some of this. Let's see if it'll do it. Anything? See, of course, this is how it is. When you bring it to the mechanic, it never does the same thing. Even still, we could definitely achieve better attunement. I guess we'll learn about that as we go. You really don't want to do that thing where you lurch forward? Maybe if the headlights are on? I don't believe the radio was on before. Come on, man. I'm in the shop now. Just give me anything. Wipers? Oh, whatever. Don't come crying at me while we're waiting for the depths of the underworld to open up and swallow us. Alright. It's gonna be Twilight Thicket no matter where we go. We could take the scenic route, but I want to see a blueprint for sure. Getting that stuff earlier is gonna be what really helps us. The longer you stay out on a drive, the higher chance to get caught in the storm. The arc device will warn you when the storm is imminent. Even the background music sounds like I'm entering a monastery or something. There is actually limb energy here as well. Great, it's you guys. I believe I remember how to deal with you. You'll probably also go for flares. Much like a Fox 2 missile. Let's take this stuff if we can. I don't know if I've ever watched you do that before. Sightseer. Origin unknown, October 17th, 1970. Alrighty, okie dokie, this is fine. This is totally okay. Just out here, doing what I'm told, following the orders, following the instructions, all the instructions. Normal day on the job. Such a normal day, so normal. Can't express to you how normal my job is right now. They won't move when you look at them, you said. They won't move. Just keep an eye on them. Well, Max, I'm looking at this one right now. No, I'm more than looking at it. I'm watching it, and I'm watching it float right toward me. It's moving, Max. It's moving so much. It's moving so much right now, and I would love for you to pick up so that the last words I ever speak don't constitute a message left on your answering machine, Max. Floating slowly but surely. Let's take all that. If any of that is attuned, that would actually help a lot. We can probably start building things now. We also get some normal stuff along with it. Tell you what, 2 birds, 1 stone? That set off a bit of a chain reaction. You also dropped something. Thermocrystals. Okay, well, that works for me then. That'll get launched, but thankfully it glows. Will you move towards it to try and take it? I'm starting to hear those whispers. Okay, you guys are going for those. I'm starting to wonder if maybe I should deploy my limb shield just in case, but it's not wasting energy. Oh, you guys are everywhere. I can go off-road, but if I start getting into the weeds, you're going to be harder to see, especially if you're moving like that. Look at this dead skate. Oh, here's our first campground. Look at this. Wait. It did it. Okay, so when the radio is turned off, we lurch forward. When it's turned on, the wipers come on. Okie dokie. Good to know. Good to know. Now, let's have a look. We've got all the time in the world. At least until we pick up an artifact. I wonder if these inscriptions can be read. And if I find Leshy's cabin out here, I'm turning right back around, because I do not have time for that. Okay, we got these. Otherwise, I'm really only interested in attuned stuff. Only new objects. We've got quite enough of everything back at base. Until eventually I'm going to find that we do not, in fact, have anywhere near enough of something. Oh, you, right. I'd forgotten about you. Hey, no, I'm gonna need you to get away from my stuff. If I toss this out, will you... Nope, you're not interested in that. Although you can be lured. Nope. No, excuse me, I'm trying to do stuff. Okay, you know what? Fine, you blow up. I have healing items. Rather lose a little bit of health than miss out on these things. Gold Arda? That could be kind of cool. Other than that, it's nothing I'm interested in. Some chemicaled up pipelines. And some more of your effigies. Not to mention the rads. I'm starting to get the impression these buildings are actually actively moved around by the zone, because some of these make sense, but they're not where they should be. Like their placement seems almost random. I could have sworn I had anti-rad equipment for this. I saw you pop in! Oh my god. Blueprints, harmonic engine. Potentially quite useful, actually. A series of subtle modifications, from intake manifold realignment to intercooler improvements, make this a unique and solidly efficient engine. However, its most fundamental departure from other designs comes from a demand for harmonic energy, which it draws from the rest of the car. Without that energy, this complex and customized creation is hamstrung. Okay, we'll see how it compares, but that's a pretty big disadvantage, at least for now. Anyway, we've got it. Knowledge, as always, is power. That's something the Fellowship and Oppie would probably be able to agree on. Take more of that. But I am getting radiation to death here. Anomaly encounters number 1. Ooh, a first edition. So I was in the deep zone taking notes. I screwed up a page and threw it aside. That was when it first happened. Something I couldn't see, but I swear was there. Ate the paper I dropped. Later I would hear it rummaging in the dumpsters. It's all those old journals we tossed as part of the move. Those drew it out. It would eat cardboard, too. I heard you could get it to follow you by dropping scraps as you walked. You'd never see a thing, though. It was like a ghost. But you'd sure hear it. We could experiment with that. Okay. We are taking a lot of radiation damage, so I'm gonna heal and try to move on. Nope. Nope-a-dope. Here, chain reaction. Thank you very much. Maybe I'd like for you to actually be a bit farther from the car. Ah, screw it, you're far enough away. One hopes. I can actually see my flare getting launched off into the distance. There we go. All those parts are what I need. So far, so good. I say. Yeah, you know, you're not panicking. It's much more of a serene horror. Power's doing good. Those things can rise up out of the ground from anywhere. In the context of the DLC, it makes it interesting that we only see them in these places. I can see another bearer. I think it's more important than ever that we not disturb. I saw one of you holding something. Stop that! You were on my screen still. Where was that other guy? Oh, you took my thing. No, you're gonna have to give that back now. Thank you. Where's the bearer? You guys are really annoying. Like, tremendously so. I'm not even... I can't move if I can't look away from you. These aren't the corridors of other games with weeping angels. Invokes anomalous effects when in your possession. When car parts are installed, limb energy drains. Why would I want that? And when quirks are on the car, harmonic energy decreases. Both of these seem like they're going to be sacrificed next. It's the Valley of Giants. And we're gonna have to do some off-roading. The road we're leaving from is actually completely disconnected. I don't know if I've ever seen that before. Skirting right between those guys and the chemical anomalies. I'm actually not so worried about the darkness because I can see, and I know you'll be able to see because this game was actually where I made the effects package for when I need to brighten an environment, like for the sake of a video. Alright, I'm gonna grab some material here. Yeah, try lurching forward when the parking brake is on. Radiation. This is a big cluster of buildings, which means there's probably a big bunch of items we can find. I want to make more tuned parts. None of this stuff matters. Actually, I could use another crowbar. Yeah, it certainly doesn't feel like a safe place to be. You... Take some plasma, sure. Some more of these. Thermostat crystals, rare to find in some place like this. Health is the issue right now. As for these other things, I've long been wondering if there's something more to do with them. Never enough chemicals. Never enough of you guys. Okay, over there seems like a good spot to check. Limb lies, it sure does. More. Okay, good. Lots of good stuff. It's in pretty much everywhere we check now. But everything is quite looted. I don't even know if plasma is worth it anymore. longer I stay, the more present those whispers become. The interference is quite apparent as well. My god, that was the opposite of comforting upon entering the car again. Right down there. What is that? Harmonic energy storage, perfect for fueling the refinery. Souvenir. A memento of road trip, a trinket brought back from a vacation. Or a handcrafted, expertly imbued, dense and energy-rich resource, perfect for fueling the refinery. You shouldn't have. I guess we'll come to find out if that's literal. Okay, put you in. As for you, we're going to want to get closer. We're actually going through our gas supply. I mean, we still have the extra tanks, but still. Let's make our offering then. Altar of potency. Oh, this will replenish my resonator. Okay, I thought I was making a sacrifice. Well, look, our resonator's actually full right now, but what I'm thinking is it would probably be better for us to start taking that from some of the parts, right? Use it to charge this thing up. Find some more wrecks. It won't actually charge the thing on the side, though. I tried. Because that we could have skipped this whole thing if it worked. And you've got another. So these will be somewhat common then. Ooh. Hang on. Let's place this on the ground. Yes, perfect for fueling the refinery, sure. But let's get you out. And there, and that will work. You know, something I've yet to see also is if these actually take damage from regular sources. They may. That was a lot. Alright, this one can go in the upper storage. The resonator itself really doesn't need any help right now. Okay. Let's get out of here then. You've got some stuff for me too. You bear far more gifts. An insulated headlight, a souvenir. We've got a blueprint for it now. This rough diagram provides all the instructions you need to assemble a new invention. Okay, it's generic. This place is really providing attuned tree candy. That's probably for the higher end parts. What are you? Wishbone gold shell. Some things were just meant to be ripped apart, but you can't do it alone, can you? Well, I can do it elsewhere. You get up there. Wow, we are really running out of space. It sounded for a moment like a train was coming or something. This place is giving me the creeps. I'm getting out of here. What is that? It's like some procession crossing the street, headed by some creature. It kind of reminds me of the creepypasta The Nightmare Outside of Orwin. I think it would be best to leave them be, but they're ignoring me.
I'm so happy to know you, baby. You make my nighttime turn into day.
I'm sorry, is there a horror director following me around? I need to get a shot of it. Ferryman. Dr. Kam Yakov, July 25th, 1970. I saw them again last night. They always look similar, and appear at about the same time in the evening. It was just after dusk, that time known as civil twilight, when the sun is extinguished, but the last light turns the sky a deep royal blue. They walked without fanfare or flourish. I no longer believe they have any particular destination in mind. They walk to lead, to light the way, as if part of some ceremony or ritual. There's some sort of a reverence in this, some sense of respect for either the forest, or for, perhaps, the zone itself. It seems a practice behavior, organized, something they have done before, perhaps many times, and will again. Maybe the only thing they've ever done. I found my old camera, the one with the long lens that survived the many moves involved in our endless relocations around the peninsula. Tomorrow I will attempt to capture and catalog their movements, perhaps even get a closer look. Sometimes I think I see some facial feature, a cheekbone, a jawline, maybe eyes, but never a face. Just like that, they're gone. Even our own photo doesn't show much. That was so creepy because this is displayed as an anomaly because that's what we know, but it's kind of indistinguishable from a haunting. One of our tires is having issues. You guys are buried in the ground there. Let's get moving. Here we find our tape. Alright, we're gonna have to pull over here. I need to look at this tire. Needs a sealing kit. I don't think I have one, but we may be able to make one. I need some rubber. Won't be hard to find. But we are just gonna have to deal with this for a little while. Look at this. Part of it, I'm sure, is just the new ambiance, the soundtrack. But I've never felt more nervous about going into the fog. I don't know, maybe seeing that procession feels like an omen. There are various altars all around, but we're gonna want to explore a bit. That one light struggling to do its job even after all that's changed around it, all that's been done to it. It really does feel like this is all a dream and I'm being ferried into the afterlife. With Francis gone, it really does feel like I'm all alone. Like I've been left in the care of someone insane. We'll ride until we reach the intersection, and then we'll get out and have a look around. Actually, no. There's some wrecks right here. I should definitely be grabbing from them. I hope that's the grinding of metal out there. 2 rubber. Close. And even more. That's all we need. Let's make this new tire then, out of shredded rubber. Because that somehow works. And there we go, good as new. I'm really glad this thing's still in good shape. Now, is there anything in particular we need is the next question. There are certain things. I mean, there's something down here. Altar of potency. Altar of duality. But the altar of records is where we need to be. So let's keep that going. We're still going to scavenge along the way. Because as it stands, I can't actually make any of my own attuned parts. Or maybe I can now after this run. But let's start being a bit more careful with our power, too. More of these. And some of these. I feel like I'm a witch. You and you. Yeah, it's mostly just going to be these things. It always knows where to look. How are we doing on storage overall? Okay, we still got tons and tons of room in the back. We put everything on top, which isn't actually the optimal strat because the top can be lost. If we continue up the road a ways, we can get more of that rounded stuff. Now, I'm curious, does the engine only take damage from when we don't have the hood, Project Zomboid style? Because I haven't actually seen it take any damage. I have been checking periodically. I kind of wonder sometimes what that light source actually is, because I don't think it's the sun. Or maybe it is, and the reason for the darkness here is just that it's so enshrouded in fog that hardly any light penetrates. Either way, I love it when it doesn't overrun us with anomalies and such. Sometimes it just allows us to drive. Oh my god! Oh my god! Was that just because we reached 25%? Jeez! I thought something huge was about to start barreling out of the woods towards me. God! Alright. Let's just do some good old-fashioned breaking and entering. Some of that stuff, don't mind if I do. Even more of this stuff, don't mind. Lots and lots of chemicals and pressurized cartridges. That's the stuff that is rare enough that you run out of it when you least expect it. So that's why I'm doing this now. A whole bunch of this stuff in the trash. Well, you know what they say about trash and treasure. That's a bunch. No, I feel like I am hearing something out there. We've got time. We're not as rushed as we were before. We are still in moderate danger. Also, I think I remember now. I think that electrician's kit that we have in the car is how we open a destroyed panel. That folder we can't pick up. I'm so trained by games to look for documents. Copper wire. And that's all. This DLC is making me paranoid like no other. No, something's definitely out there. Something's definitely out here in the woods with me. I'll take all that. I mean, I actually don't need all that glass. through. What's our route looking like? Nothing happened, but the whole time I was just thinking, okay, we gotta get out of here. We gotta get out of here. This is definitely doing something right. And even at only 25%, we have been joined. Alright, it looks like up ahead is actually a bridge crossing, so we're going to want to get off the road before that. Either that or some kind of tunnel. Chemical anomaly is starting to form. Is there anything creepier than a bridge in the fog? This game is going to answer that question over and over again. Things are getting really, really dark down here. And we are starting to get a fuel warning. Oh, there's an altar. Might as well mess with it while we're here. Wait, do I still have a gas can on me? I had forgotten that those are a mechanic. Okay, yes. Let's just put some of that in. Wow, this takes forever. But it should buy us enough time. You're also full. You're empty. If we decrease that stability now, it doesn't really matter, right? Reinforced headlight? We could break it down. It's not something I really need. This artifact here to sacrifice. Okay. We're not looking for passage at this moment. By, I go through. Out there is where we want to be. Is it worth it to run? Probably not. We need to bring this up. Another of these. Want fuel for the refinery? I do wonder if I just need like one or two of these, or if I should be grabbing every single one. That's going to depend on what these refineries actually are and how they work. Yep. I do like that it's kind of encouraging us to build with these artifacts, though. Like these weird things that don't necessarily make any sense, but require us to play the game a little bit differently. It sort of reminds me of some of those quirks of Control. Attuned chemicals, always worthwhile. There it is. No, we need an artifact to sacrifice. Maybe I should have thought about that before. Because these things are moving in. That radio, whenever it shows up and is all distorted, it makes me think that a boss encounter is incoming. Altar of Duality and Potency. Neither of those is easy to get to. Are there any other altars about? Bounty. Let's go for Duality. We can move along the coast and find it. Or the shore, rather. Come on. Getting on this terrain, it does not like it one bit. It's bounced around so much. Oh, come on. Come on, I got nothing. Yes, I know it's steep. Power just doesn't seem to be going down at all. The Sphere of Joy. I wonder what that's about. Okay, here we can make a choice, and then we're gonna go straight back. Invokes anomalous effects when in your... Oh, why do I always keep reading that? When the horn is honked, anomalies release you. Could be extremely useful. Nope. I'm getting more gifts from the zone. And piloted drain. When you are behind the wheel, limb energy drains. Well, we are looking for something to sacrifice. As cool as this would be, we have the limb shield. So let's grab that. Okie dokie. We just need to make our way back. Definitely draining our energy now. So we're gonna have to... Oh. There's just not a lot of good options right now. So many things in our way. But if we come through here, we should eventually reach another gate. Ow. And hopefully it doesn't put us right in the path of something dangerous, although if nothing else, it'll be an opportunity to see these things for the first time. You need to be ready to run. That's kind of always been my rules. The car has to be ready to go straight forward. How's our gas doing right now? Not great, but should be enough to get back. Okay. Plenty of shadows, don't mind if I do. And now we're running. Oh, jeez. Okay, here's the plan for right now. We punch through this, we spin around, and then we cross the water slowly, hopefully with the advantage we're able to build ourselves. Oh my god, this does not like the frame rate right now. Or rather, the frame rate does not like this. I'm the one that doesn't like the frame rate. There it is. Way around the procession. I don't dare touch it and find out what it does. Although maybe the curious will be rewarded. Maybe that's foolish scientific thinking. Maybe I should find somebody else that's willing to go touch it for me while I hang back and take notes. Nope, come on, come on, come on. You just gotta put up with the bounciness. Come on, it's right there. Hey, you. Into the muck. And away we go.
On your way, continue completing the rites, and you will access true await your ascension with great anticipation.
We've got another quirk that's opening the doors. Oh hey, the refinery. This gift built in the garage by the Fellowship can refine attuned car parts for their blueprints and artifacts for attuned resources. Fine resources in the Whispering Woods to use as fuel. To refine these items, refinery cores acquired from Altars of Industry will speed up the time to produce output. Okay, so it's a whole project. Oh my. That was, at the same time, fairly easy going and fairly difficult. That was very comedically timed. We've learned a lot, and part of that lesson is how much we don't know. Yeah, I am really liking the way this DLC is tuned, mostly, which is a fun choice of words given the circumstances. It's just, I don't know, it's a very slow kind of panic. It feels haunted in the right way, while still feeling like it belongs in the established lore. It's got the joy of finding anomalous artifacts, kind of like in Stalker, you know? It feels like you're finding something important that was really hard to get. But at the same time, it's something that comes with benefits and drawbacks, something which has to be wielded correctly, not just wielded. I really hope this thing reaches. There we go. Zap! Let's go see what's new. You guys really are just letting yourselves in, huh? Another crude panel. And another souvenir. Put an attuned part into the refinery. I see how it works. So you guys power it, parts go in, not just anything being broken down. And that'll take some time. We got the blueprint for the crude panel. Did we not already have that? Now we've got to put an artifact into the refinery. I really need to start grabbing more of these. Alright, what artifacts do we have? The adorned drain. When car parts are installed, them energy drains. Okay. So that means that I processed the wrong one before to get this Bounty of Shadows, which is annoying. Put this artifact in here. What will it do? What is this new artifact we just got? When the trunk is open, lightning strikes nearby. Yeah, I have no problem sacrificing that. Wow, this thing just looks angry. Like, I don't want to be too close to it. I can practically feel the heat. How long does it actually take to break down an artifact, though? 10 minutes. Okay, well, that'll take some time. But it will give us a whole bunch of attuned parts. So that'll enable us to start finally making them for ourselves, which seems like a pretty big step in our initiation. Still, I don't have time for this right now. We're gonna have a lot of moving to do, which I'll do off camera. Right now, we need to listen to a tape.
Hello again, Mr. Whiteside.
Hey,
Catch me up on the last few months.
don't you have artigoons on my tail? What, have they been slacking or something? Yeah, okay. I went to some of those meetings. They were fine, I guess.
Tell me about your experience.
It was in the basement of Gilly's Gas. Some guys on stage talking about opening traps or unlocking doors or something. And then everyone held hands and did a bunch of breathing exercises, and it was just a bunch of weird hippie stuff.
And you found it unwelcome?
No, it's not for me. Thanks for the referral or whatever, but I'm not going anymore.
Of course, that's entirely your choice, but look, I've put in a good word for you. I've reported your improving outlook, growth in self-awareness, self-motivation. See that? Right here?
Thanks, I guess. Is any of that true?
It is now, in Arda's eyes. And given my glowing recommendation, you won't have to stay in this facility much longer. Isn't that what you wanted? To go home?
Yeah, I do.
And all you have to do is keep up the good work.
So you're saying if I keep going to those meetings, I can go home?
Yes, as long as you continue to show improvement, like you have today.
Why are you doing all this for me?
Because I see what you grew up with. Your mother's attention was spent at her job at the Sector B daycare center. Your father worked night shifts in maintenance supervision. They came home only to sleep. Essentially, you grew up alone. You didn't choose the zone, and yet you're forced to live out the choices your parents made. The cards have been stacked against you since the day you were born, and yet here you are, forging your own path. You've done that all on your own. And finally, you're being offered a helping hand. Something that everyone else seems to get all the time, but never you. So that's why I'm doing this. Because you deserve it. For how far you've come. When's the last time someone has told you that they're proud of you?
I don't know.
Well, hear me now. I'm proud of you. I believe in you. And in fact, I know exactly what you need.
What's that?
A mentor.
What? I don't need no...
Send her in. Jack, this is May.
Hi, Jack.
May's like you. She grew up here. She also had her own struggles with finding her place here.
Yeah, look, no offense, but I don't need some Arda babysitter, alright?
Oh, May has nothing to do with Arda. All I ask is you go with her to another meeting, then I'll file the request for you to go home. Easy as that.
I know the meetings are a little weird. We can sit back and talk, okay?
I really don't...
To be honest, I'm trying to get out of this facility too, so this would really get me off the hook. Just one meeting?
So, I'm your community service project?
Am I that horrible to spend time with?
No, you're fine. You're fine. Look, it's fine. I'll do it.
Good. Then why don't you two go and get to know each other better?
Somehow, this is the scariest part of the game, how coercive all this is. She shifts her role constantly from a warden making threats to like a counselor that's proud of his progress and wants the best for him. I'm 100% sure this May is a plant, and I don't know, it's obviously screwing with his mind big time. I just want to see, once again, how all this leads to the state we currently find ourselves in, because this is something that they consider critical to our initiation. We just haven't pieced together how yet. Well, I would very much like to go now, but there are a couple of quirks I would like to diagnose. And we haven't had a look at the Tinker Station in quite a while. So I was thinking, when the... what was it? When the radio is turned off, that causes the car to lurch forward. There we go. Let's do it. And we got it. So all we need for that is a sealing kit. Meanwhile, what was the other thing? Right, when the radio is switched on, the wipers come on. And the thing is, quirks combined with like the random craziness that happens in interaction with anomalies means that you get some pretty weird chain reactions. So that's going to be radio, Switch is on. I think they're down as wipers. Either switches on or toggle. No. So then that's going to be toggle. There we go. But there's a whole bunch more. Okay. We need to fix that, which is by far the most annoying, at least the one that I know about. At least until we start removing more doors. And that one as well. Psychedelic repairs. And apparently 5 more we don't even know about. Well, I'm going to be doing a lot of off-camera work, mostly moving these things back and forth. I'm sure you'll want to see the quirk fixes, because oddly enough, that's one of the most fun parts of the game. I mean, it is one of those things I almost don't even know how they came up with that, but just having these little weird things that we can choose to either track down at all costs or just ignore because they're not that bad, and having them just arise at random, waiting for us to notice them and work out how they work. It's one of those things that's like a weird complexity that is so much a part of road trips and vehicle ownership in general that I can't believe they got it. Meanwhile, just as Jack was forced into a community against his will, it seems we're preparing to embark on the rite of community. So that'll have to wait until next time, though. Until then, if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos you think I should do, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. If you want to try this game out for yourself, that link will also be in the description. If you want to support me on Patreon, that link will be in the description. And as always, I'll see you in the next one. And we have got our attuned parts.